Chapter 248. Alex looked at the time on his watch and he felt that it was not that late anyway. Moreover, he had not had any alcohol in a really long time. Therefore, he nodded before he said, "All right then. You can choose the place." Faria was overjoyed at this time and she hurriedly replied, "I know of a great bar." After that, Faria stepped on the accelerator as she drove towards the city center. Faria drove them downtown to a bar named Blue Moon. Faria stopped her car in front of the entrance of the bar before she passed her car keys over to the young boy working as the valet. After that, she quickly led Alex into the bar. As soon as the waiter saw her, he greeted her in a respectful manner. "Good evening, Miss Adair. Would you like to go to your usual spot today?" Faria nodded and the other party quickly replied, "Please come with me." There was a dance floor on the first floor of the bar and the atmosphere was pretty lively because there was a DJ on the scene. At this time, the waiter led the both of them to the second floor. The second floor was completely empty and there were not many seats available on this floor. Anyone sitting on the second floor could watch the lively scene happening below with not much disturbance at all. Moreover, it was easier for them to have a conversation on the second floor as the music was not as loud as it was downstairs. As soon as she sat down, Faria instructed the waiter immediately, "Bring me 2 bottles of the best 1950 scotch." "Okay, Miss Adair." The waiter bowed respectfully before he left and returned very quickly with 2 bottles of 1950 scotch. The waiter opened the bottles of scotch before he poured it into glasses. When Faria saw the waiter standing there, she said, "Go down and tell your boss not to bring any other guests to the second floor." "No problem, Miss Adair." The waiter bowed respectfully before he retreated immediately. At this time, Alex quickly asked out of curiosity, "Do you own any shares here?" Faria smiled before she replied, "This bar was opened by a member of the Adair family." Alex nodded as soon as he heard her words and he replied, "It seems as though the Adair family is really a very big and powerful family." As soon as Faria heard Alex's words, she smiled before she replied, "We're just a regular family." Even though there are obviously not many families who could match up to the Adair family in Oris Hill, there are many families who are wealthier and more powerful than we are beyond Oris Hill. Like the Anderson family. Alex simply smiled without saying anything at all. The Anderson family? That was his family. However, he had yet to figure out if he wanted to go back to his family yet. Anyway, Alex felt that his life was actually pretty good right then. He owned Diamond Group and he had more than tens of billions of dollars in cash. Moreover, he had also discovered infinite possibilities from studying the tragedy book. In contrast, he would be subjected to so many rules if he returned to the Anderson family. He would not be the free man that he was right now. Faria poured a glass of scotch for Alex before she poured 1 glass for herself. After that, she handed 1 glass of scotch over to Alex before she said, "Mr. Anderson, I'd like to give you a toast." Alex took the glass of scotch in his hand and he looked at Faria's pink and rosy complexion before he smiled and said, "Faria, whenever you drink, you should always have a reason to drink. You should ask yourself if there's anything you'd like to celebrate or commemorate or if there is something you're upset or happy about. So, why don't we talk about what we are celebrating or commemorating before we drink each glass of scotch? What do you think of my suggestion?"